welcome to another edition of English Makes No Sense, the podcast where we have fun with the English language, one lesson at a time. But you know what makes today special? Well, besides every episode feels special to me, today we're going to have, you're here for the very first episode of our Business English series. Business English series? Yeah, there are going to be 4 episodes around business English. What? Yes! I'm SL Rockfish, and you are listening to the podcast where we are going to try to take the confusion out of the classroom and get you ready for the real world. Are you ready? Because today, my friends, we are talking about the secret code. The secret code. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You are in a meeting. You understand every single word being said. You've studied the words. You know the words. But you have no idea what the sentence means. Your boss says, "Hey, let's get the ball rolling." And you, my friend, are looking around for some sports equipment. What ball? Where are we rolling it to? But that's not what they mean. They're not looking for a ball. No. Don't worry. You aren't crazy. English is. And today, I'm going to give you the keys to the kingdom. The keys to the kingdom. That's another idiom, meaning I'm going to give you the way to decode things. I'm going to open it up to you. And today, we're decoding the idioms that actually make the office move. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's start at the beginning of the workday. The workday. You made it to work. You've got your coffee in your hand. Oh, just like me. You're sitting down and someone says, "Get the ball rolling." It sounds like a game, right? But in the office, this means to start a project or a process. Get the ball rolling. It's a high energy. It's a let's go phrase. How should we use it? Instead of saying, "Let us begin the meeting," try saying, "Okay, everyone, let's get the ball rolling on the new budget." Or let's get the ball rolling with any questions you may have. Okay? Get the ball rolling is just a high energy, very fluent way to say, let's go, let's begin. Got it? Excellent. How do you like to get the ball rolling in a meeting? How about idiom number 2? On the radar. On the radar? Who's got a radar? I don't have a radar. But on the radar makes you think of a submarine or an airplane. Think about it. Think of a submarine or an airplane. I know, when I hear radar, I'm like, I'm so old, I think of the series MASH, Radar O'Reilly. But if something is on the radar, that makes you think of an airplane or a submarine, or if you're playing a video game. But if something is on your radar, it has nothing to do with you being in a submarine or a plane or navigating. No. It just means that you are aware of it or you are noticing it. What? Yeah, like, oh, I didn't know that. That wasn't even on my radar. I wasn't even aware of it. This is great for those casual professional check-ins. Like, let's see, how can we use it? "Hey, Bill, we're going to need that project right away, and they would like some data to back it up." And Bill would say, "That project's not even on my radar. That project, I had no idea about it. I wasn't aware of it. I'll get right on that." Let's try this. "A promotion isn't on my radar yet, but completing the coursework at university definitely is." Oh, okay. You're not really thinking about a promotion, but you are focused and you are aware of going to university. Got it. All right. That's a great way to start off the day. What's on your radar today? Okay. We kicked off the beginning of your day. Now, my friend, you're in the middle of the day. Things are getting complicated. You need to make sure everyone is actually listening to each other. Oh, well, then you could use this next idiom. On the same page. I love this idiom. It means to have the same understanding as everyone else. Are we on the same page about the need to know these idioms? Are we on the same understanding? Like, you understand why it's important? On the same page is a polite way to make sure no one is confused. It's a little better than saying, hey, do you get it? So, are we on the same page? Okay, how can I use it, Sarah? Great question. Before you hang up a call, just say, hey, I just want to make sure we are on the same page regarding the deadline. It's Friday, right? On the same page. To make sure that everyone is understanding the same way, that no one is confused. Are you on the same page with me? Are you understanding these? Great. Let's go to the next idiom. Ballpark figure. Ballpark figure. I love going to the ballpark. And the figures at the ballpark are really high because everything costs so much money. But the ballpark figure is for all the people who hate math. What? But Sarah, I love math. I know you can still use it. A ballpark figure is a rough estimate or an approximate number. It's an estimate, really. Why should you use it? The ballpark figure takes the pressure off. You don't say, give me the numbers for that. You say, can I have a ballpark figure? It's telling someone you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be close. Can we get a ballpark figure about how much this new product is going to cost? Or I need an estimate for the new project, or the boss would like a ballpark figure as to how much you think this will cost. Or can you give me a ballpark figure about how many weeks it will take to master the computer program? Ballpark figure. A casual way of saying, hey, do you have an estimate? Can you give me a little help here? Let's see. When can you use ballpark figure in your daily life? You're buying someone lunch, or they're buying you lunch, or you owe them some money, or, oh, you can use it a myriad ways. Like, I really love that car. I wonder how much the monthly payments are. Could you give me a ballpark figure? You can use it at work. You can use it at home. You can use it everywhere. I would like to buy a round of drinks. What's a ballpark figure for that gonna be? Hmm. All right, now I get DMs all the time on TikTok or messages from people on other socials that say, "Hey, how can I use these? Can I use them with my boss?" And the answer is yes, you can use these idioms with your boss. These are general. They work if you're the CEO or if you're an intern or a volunteer. So let's practice. I'm going to give you a textbook sentence, and I want you to say the natural version out loud with me. I'm going to read the textbook uh, sentence like an actual textbook. Are you ready? We should begin the work. Now, the natural way is let's get the ball rolling. I say, you say, let's get the ball rolling. All right, you got it? Excellent. Here's another one. Textbook. Do we understand each other? Now, how can we say it in a more natural way? Are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? Did you say it? Excellent. You sound like a pro already. All right. Let's do one more. Um, let's see. Okay, here's the textbook. How much will that project cost? You want to do it as natural? give me a ballpark figure for the project. Or, can I get a ballpark figure for the project? You say it? Can I get a ballpark figure for the project? Excellent! Way to go. Now you really are a pro. You used them. Let's get going. Right, that's it for episode 1 of the English Business Series. I know, it was short, it was sweet, and no balls were actually rolled in the making of this podcast. But you do have homework, okay? Pick one of these phrases. Just one. Use it in a text, use it in an email, or just to say hi to yourself in the mirror. Practice it. Once you use it, my friend, it belongs to you. The better you feel about using it. Okay? Practice. Use it. You only get better when you use it. All right? So, next time we're going to move from phrases to actions. We're talking about phrasal verbs, everybody's favorite verb, the phrasal verbs, the verbs that actually run the office. You don't want to miss it. I hope. All right? My name is Ezra Rockfish. Go on, do something fun, do something amazing, or, do nothing at all. But whatever you do, have a great day, friends. Which one are you going to use? Go on, check it out, practice, and remember to join me next week for Phrasal Verbs. Peace.